November 15th, 2025. As stock tickers tease trillionaires and your savings scrape by in the shadow of the 1%, pause the pursuit. Feel the fortune's foul grip. This isn't a tale of triumph. It's a testament to terror. The dark secrets of John D. Rockefeller, the world's first billionaire. A Baptist boy from upstate New York who baptized America in black gold, building a 90% oil empire that eclipsed economies, crushed competitors, and claimed lives in the crossfire. Picture the paradox. A Sunday school teacher who tithed 10% to the titans of charity, yet wielded wealth like a weapon, waging war on workers and wrecking rivals with ruthless rebates and railroad rebates that rigged the rails. Standard Oil, his shadowy sovereign, swallowed 2,000 companies by 1910, but the blood, it boiled beneath. The 1914 Ludlow massacre, 21 miners mowed down by machine guns from his Colorado coal camps, tents torched with women and children within. This isn't just a biography, it's a black ledger. How one man's meticulous mercy masked a monopoly monster, fleecing families and forging a fortune from the fumes of forgotten fields. You've idolized the icons, invested in the illusions, felt the fleeting thrill of American dream dollars. But what if the first billionaire's blueprint was betrayal? We'll unearth the underbelly, from the devout dawn to the deal's deadly dusk. Confront the con that's crowning cruelty over capitalism. The gilded ghost glides. Will you gaze into the gloom or glance away from the grave? The secrets seep. Dive in if your conscience can carry the crude. (1839), the backwoods of upstate New York birth a boy of burdens. John Davison Rockefeller, the second of 6 in a chaotic clan. Father, Big Bill, a conman quack peddling patent poisons. Mother Eliza, a devout Episcopalian etching ethics into her eldest. No silver spoon, John juggles jobs at 7, raising turkeys for turkey trots to $10 a turkey, his first fortune from fowl. Sunday school soaks in the sermons. Stewardship of substance, Eliza echoes. But the boy's baptism? In Business's Black Ink, 1850 at Owego Academy, where he logs lessons in ledgers, dreaming of dollars as divine duty. Cleveland calls in 1855. 16-year-old John clerks at Hewitt and Tuttle, a produce powerhouse, his precision in pennies earning partner praise, pocketing 50 cents a day plus commissions that compound like compound interest. Real roots. His first firm, Clark and Rockefeller, in 1860, a commodities colossus crushing cutthroat competition with cost-cutting cunning. Waste not, want not, John journals, turning turpentine trades into $10,000 turns. The Civil War's crude crave catalyzes the call. 1863, the Excelsior Works refinery rises from Cleveland's Cuyahoga muck. 250 barrels a day, bubbling black gold. Rockefeller's rebate ruses with railroads rigging rates to ruin rivals. The baptism boils. By 1870, Standard Oil's sovereign swells. 26% of America's crude, cartels cartwheeling competitors with crushing prices. South Improvement Company, scheming secret rebates that rebate rivals to rubble. Real ripple. A Cleveland competitor's cry in 1872. Rockefeller's rebates rob us raw. Our rails cost double. His dollars double down. From Baptist boy balancing books by candlelight to business baptism in the blaze of barrels, John's journey journals, a jihad of justification. Competition is sin, he sermonizes to Sunday schoolers, sin sanctified in the Standard's sinister spread. The boy from the backwoods builds, but the business? It buries the benevolent, the tycoon's tease turning to a tide of terror. (1870). The monster awakens. Standard Oil's savage squeeze. Rockefeller's 90% chokehold on kerosene. Cartels cartwheeling independence with cutthroat costs. prices plummeting to pennies per pint, while profits pile to $2 million yearly. The South Improvement Scheme of 1872, a secret pact with Pennsylvania railroads for rebates of 50 cents a barrel. Rebates rivals to ruin, independence igniting in Cleveland's oil war, 20,000 barrels burned in bonfires of betrayal, the plot plotted in Pittsburgh parlors, the trust triumphs, 1882's Standard Oil Trust, a $19 million behemoth binding 53 firms in a web of warrants, Rockefeller reigning as robber baron, his Morganization mantra minting millionaires from minions while markets mourn. Real roots, the 1885 Cleveland Massacre, $40 million in stock snapped up in secret, independence induced to sell or starve, one refiner's real retort, Rockefeller's rebates are robbery in reverse, we pay to play, he pockets the pot. By 1890, the monster metastasizes, vertical vice from Venezuela's Venezuela to the Volga's vaults, tankers tanking competitors, spies spying on supply lines. The squeeze savages souls, labor's lament. 1894, Pullman strike solidarity sees Standard siding with strikers suppressors. But Rockefeller's real ruthlessness? Rebates rigging the rails, independence idled to insolvency, widows weeping over wiped-out workshops. Real ripple, Ida Tarbell's 1894 expose in McClure's. The monster of the oil fields, a machine that milks the many for the master's millions. The monopoly monster mauls. Standard Oil's savage squeeze, squeezing the spirit from the system. The tycoon's tease turning to terror for the toiled. (1913) The Lament lurches. Colorado Fuel and Iron, CF&I. Rockefeller's 80% stake in the steel sovereign sparks a strike storm in the southern coalfields. 13,000 miners marching for 10% raise and 10-hour days. Tents tenting the Trinidad trails. The Baron's blind eye? Blind to the brutality. Baldwin Felt's detectives hired hitmen for hire, hurling homemade howitzers into the hollows, evicting families in February frosts. The massacre mounts. April 20th, 1914. Ludlow's lament. 2,000 rounds rain on the tent town, flames fanned by felons, 21 souls silenced, 11 children charred in a cellar crawl space, 2 women with babes in arms, Louis Tikas, the Greek leader, gunned down in gallows pose. Real roots. The Miners' Manifesto. Rockefeller's reign robs us raw, 10 cents a ton to his 10 million. Rockefeller's retort? Bolsheviks and barbarians, but the Baron? Barricaded in his $5 million Tarrytown Tower, blind to the blood until the blaze backlashes. The lament lashes back, nationwide nightmare. Cartoons caricaturing the Colorado Colossus as a crowned cannibal. Upton Sinclair's King Cole, in 1916, scorning the oil overlord's oversight. Real ripple. Rockefeller's 1916 Industrial Relations Commission. Confession. Ludlow was a lamentable lapse. We learn from loss. But loss lingered. CF&I coffers claimed $20 million in 1914. The massacre, a mere footnote. The labor lament lingers. Ludlow's blood on the Baron's hands, the blind eye blinking at the blaze of betrayal. (1901) The Trust's twilight teases. McKinley's murder mints. Teddy Roosevelt, the trust buster with a big stick for big business. His muckraker manifesto mashing monopolies. Standard Oil's squeeze, squared in the sights. Ida Tarbell's 1904 History of the Standard Oil Company hammers the hammer, 2 volumes vilifying the villainy. A crime incarnate against the American sense of justice. The torch torches, 1906 suit slams the Sherman Act. Unfair competition unmasked. Rebates robbing rivals. Spies spying on shipments. Standards 90% chokehold conspiring to create a monopoly. The Titan topples. 1911 Supreme Court smackdown. 3434 splintered. Exxon, Mobil, Chevron carved from the carcass. Rockefeller's real ripple. Riches redoubled. The shards soar. His $70 million swelling to $900 million by 1925. Real roots. The tycoon's twilight tease. Rockefeller retires in 1911. Philanthropy my profession. But the profession? Profession of the powerful. University of Chicago, chartered in 1890. Rockefeller's real rebate for real reform. Real reckoning. In 1912 competitors cry. Teddy's torch torched the Titan, but the tycoon's tease turned to treasure. 34 firms from one, but one man's fortune from the fall. The trust's twilight turns to triumph. Teddy's torch torches the Titan, but the fall fuels the fortune's final flare. (1913) The Black Legacy blooms. Rockefeller's $900 million net in 1925. The first billionaire's badge, but the badge? Bathed in blood. Ludlow's 21 ghosts. The Gilded Age's gouged graves. Charity's cloak conceals the curse. Rockefeller Foundation, 1913. $50 million for medicine and missions, eradicating hookworm in the hookworm hollows. But the hollows? Hollowed by his holdings, Colorado camps claiming coal kin. The curse curses. Exxon Valdez's 1989 slick. A standard shards spill soiling Alaska's shores. 1 million birds blackened by the black blood. Real roots. The 1914 Ludlow lament lingers. Miners' mothers marching to Manhattan mansions. Mother Jones joining the jihad. Rockefeller's real rebuke. Bolshevik barbarism. Real ripple. A 1920 Rockefeller Jr. Real reconciliation. Industrial democracy. Dinners with miners. But the democracy? Delayed. The curse cursing the crude. Climate's call in 2025. Exxon heir to the heirloom. $100 billion in oil's odyssey. Oceans of outrage over the original sin. Legacy's lash. Philanthropy pales the plague. $1 billion to the Baptist board by 1925. But the board? Boarded by the baron's billions. The curse cloaked in compassion. Real reckoning. Ida Tarbell's 1925 Twilight tease. The Titan toppled, but the tycoon's treasure turned to temples. The black legacy lingers in the light. The billionaire's black legacy blackens. Charity's cloak cannot conceal the crude curse. The first fortunes fall, a fable for the fallen. Plunge deeper into tycoon treachery's tangled threads. Catch our last saga on the heist history of Puma and Adidas, where one man's vanishing act vaporized empires and exposed the empire builder's eclipse. If this heist haunts, like below, subscribe for tycoon takedowns, comment, Dynasty Dawn or Debt Dusk. Until the next empire crumbles, follow the money.